It's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, 7:08. It is Wednesday, April 20th, 50 degrees, heading up to 60 today. WOBM AM 1160 at 1310. News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pup app and WOBMAM.com, 732-505-1160. We are joined on the line by Mike Mimoso. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeremy. How are you?
I am fantastic. Mike is the CEO of Community Medical Center right here in Toms River, and so we are happy to have you. I'm glad to talk to you this morning, Mike.
It's great to be here, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
All right, cool. So, Mike, I know that you are just newly installed as CEO. Why don't you tell folks a little bit about yourself and how you ended up at Community Medical Center?
Sure. Well, I've been in the hospital administration area for about 25 years now, and started my career up in Massachusetts, where I'm from originally, and moved on. I worked in Pennsylvania for a little bit, and then I was actually here in New Jersey in the late 90s for a little bit at what was Kimball Medical Center, and then went up to New York, worked up there for about 10 years, and was recruited back to Robert Wood Johnson, where I worked for a few years, and then was recruited about 5.5 years ago back to Barnabas Health, and I was at Kimball Medical Center, went through the transition there, where it became Monmouth Medical Center Southern Campus, and was brought here at Community back in July.
Awesome. And why don't you tell us a little bit about Community Medical Center for those that don't know, and also a little bit about the recent merger?
Sure. Well, Community Medical Center was started in 1961. A very small hospital, only had 50 beds and 15 physicians back then. Over the course of the years, the 50 or so years, it's grown now to a 592-bed medical center. We are actually the largest non-teaching hospital in the state of New Jersey. We are a very, very busy hospital. We do about 20,000 admissions a year, about 80,000 emergency room visits a year. We take care of about 130,000 outpatients a year. So it's a really, really busy hospital. We're real excited about the new merger with Robert Wood Johnson that was announced about 2 weeks or so ago. Now making you take these two very, very large systems that were both very, very strong in their own right, and putting them together to now form the largest system in the state of New Jersey. So we're real excited about that. It's going to bring us a lot of opportunity here for our employees, for our physicians, and most importantly for the patients in our region here. So we're real excited about it.
That's great. Now, Mike, I don't want to call you out or call any attention, but that's not a Jersey accent you have, right?
Not quite. I've been working on it though, Jeremy. But like I said, I originally grew up in New Bedford, Massachusetts, which is it's about an hour south of Boston.
Right. So and that makes you a Red Sox fan, right?
I am a Red Sox fan.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I just want to make sure. As I'm looking, by the way, as I'm looking at the AL East standings and seeing the Yankees and Red Sox at the bottom of those standings. So what's the difference, right?
They are at the bottom, but the Red Sox are ahead.
Well, thank you very much for clarifying that. All right. On that note, let's get back to Community Medical Center. Sure. What kind of an impact can a hospital have on a local economy, in particular Community Medical Center?
Well, it's real important. I mean, when you take a look at, overall, we employ about 2,500 employees here at Community Medical Center. And as I said, we have about 700 or so physicians. So when you consider, the economy driven by the physicians and their offices and so forth, it's pretty large. Our total payroll here at Community is $162 million.
Wow.
I said it's about 2,500 people that we employ, and there's a lot of spin-off that goes with that as well, labs and other things as well. So we're a pretty significant economic driver here in the county.
Yeah, that is amazing. That's amazing. And so So why don't we talk a little bit? I know that there are some, incredible initiatives underway, especially around quality within the hospital. So why don't you talk a little bit about some of the things that you've been working on in the last few months?
Sure. Well, we talk about quality. There's a lot that we've been going through. We get surveyed by what's called the Joint Commission, which is a voluntary accreditation agency. It's very, very it's a really difficult process to go through. And over the past couple of months, we've actually been reaccredited in 5 different areas. They're called disease-specific recertifications. So specifically, we've been recertified in our hip and knee program, our stroke program, our heart failure program, acute coronary syndrome program, and our cardiac rehabilitation program. In fact, when the surveyors came, they took a look at our stroke program, and they said our stroke program was absolutely flawless. So to have an accreditation body say that about your organization, I think is pretty special. So there's a lot that we've been doing. We've also been working on, how do we improve the overall, even make the services that we have here even better, such as the emergency room, our sleep labs, different things like that. So we're really trying to take community from a great hospital and make it even better.
Right, and so I think the point that kind of comes through is that for folks that haven't been to community medical center in 3, 4, 5 years, and by the way, hopefully that's a lot of folks, because we never really want people to visit the hospital, because that's usually, you're not there usually for good times. But if you haven't been there in some time, it really has changed a lot over the last few years, right?
It really has. And again, a lot of it has to do with the relationship that we've had with, the legacy Barnabas Health, and we look forward to a lot more with the new Robert Wood Johnson Barnabas Health. But there's been a lot of program development over the past few years. One of the things, as I said earlier, Jeremy, we're the largest community hospital in the state. And with that, we have very robust programs. We have a very robust cardiac program, very robust oncology program, and a very, very robust neuroscience program. So these are programs, when you look at the equipment and the type of physicians that we have here, that most community hospitals don't have. So we're really proud of what we have, and again, our goal is to do everything that we can to to serve the residents of Ocean County.
Right. So what kind of, I know there's always kind of capital campaigns underway or these large kind of facelift issues. What kind of physical plant kind of upgrades are underway now or on the horizon? Just so people get an understanding that, I think when you talk about the budget, when you talk about, what the economic impact is of a hospital, I think people don't also realize that the number of improvements and changes, every year are really huge. So what kind of things are underway?
Yeah, a lot of what we're working on right now is upgrading a lot of the technology that we have. So, for example, we're going to be replacing one of our angiography suites in our radiology department, and these are $1 million projects that I'm talking about. We're going to be adding another CAT scanner in our radiology area as well. We currently have 3, but we're getting so busy that we have to add a 4th. So that's one of the things that we're working on right now. We're also looking to build a new neurosciences operating room as well, which is a huge project, and I know that you're pretty familiar with that project. So there's always things going on. We've done a lot of renovations in the hospital. We typically take one floor at a time and just vacate it for a period of about 30 to 45 days and renovate each floor.
Awesome.
So there's a lot going on.
Cool. Absolutely. No problem. So the good stuff. I will when we come back. Why don't we talk a little bit more about the Neuroscience Center, about the SIDA Cancer Center, et cetera, and kind of dive deeper into these programs. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, Mike Mimoso, Community Medical Center. Back after this.
Everything you need to know about the Jersey Shore. This is Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunt and Mike Mimoso from Community Medical Center, the CEO of Community Medical Center. We have two callers on the line. We will take Stephanie first from Toms River. Good morning, Stephanie.
Morning. Thanks for taking my call.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I actually have a question for Michael Mimoso.
Sure, Stephanie.
Hi. Yeah, you know what? I heard you talking about Robert Wood Johnson and your merger earlier. I'm born and raised Toms River, always used the hospital, always had great experiences, my whole family. So what does this merger mean for Toms River? Like, what does it mean for the hospital? What does it mean for us?
Well, again, I think that's one of the benefits. It means a lot. I mean, it means a lot for our physicians. It means a lot for our staff. You know, from a physician standpoint, you know, they'll have access to more, continuing education, just more partnerships, just more collaboration with a whole new group of physicians up at Robert Wood Johnson. For our staff, there's a lot of opportunity there as well for more continuing education, and also, you know, just being a bigger system, just more, opportunity for further development. But like I said, most importantly, it's really going to be a big plus for the patients here in Ocean County. And the reason why is, you know, we're looking to partner more with Robert Wood Johnson so we can have maybe more physicians come down here. So we have, you know, there are some specialists that we may not have here in Ocean County or here on the Toms River campus. So we'd like to partner with Robert Wood Johnson to have more physicians come down here. You know, the other big plus that we see for our patients is, you know, there are certain types of procedures that community hospitals don't do, things like transplants and those types of things. And, you know, historically, you know, we've had to send our patients up to, you know, other hospitals that are much further away. Robert Wood, being in New Brunswick, is much closer. It's a very robust academic teaching medical center. It offers very high-end services. So that partnership, I think, will just be better off for the patients here, because for those services that we can't provide here locally, there's another option much closer than what we had before.
Does that make sense, Stephanie?
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, cool. Thanks for calling. You know, the way I like to explain it, by the way, is that it's basically there's nothing that you can come into Community Medical Center with from a that you're presenting with from a symptom standpoint that somebody within the Robert Wood / Barnabas Health System hasn't seen. So it's more resources available to make sure you get the right diagnosis and the right treatment. So that's fantastic news for all the citizens here of Toms River and Ocean County. And Mike, we have another call from Diane, but we're going to have to wait till after the break. Actually, Diane, are you on?
Yes, I am.
Can you hold till after the break?
Sure.
Awesome, because we are up against the news, and then Diane, we got to ask your question for Mike. Mike Mimoso, CEO, Community Medical Center. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Hang out for Kevin Williams and the news, and we'll be back right after that.
The news is next. Live from the WOBM Newsroom, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from Town Square Towers, at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. We have Mike Mimoso on, Community Medical Center CEO. And we have a caller, Diane. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Fabulous. What's going on?
I just want to say my sister's been in community for almost a week now. She got a new hip, and now she's in the TCU. And I want to say what a wonderful joint program it is there. I mean, people go out of the area to have these things done, and when they've got this wonderful place here, the people are all friendly, and it's just a fabulous atmosphere. I just wanted to put that in.
Mike, that's all you.
No, thank you, Diane. I really appreciate that. We have just a terrific staff here. We really do. We have a great group of physicians, a great staff, and as I said earlier, we get our total joint program reaccredited every few years just to make sure that we're still hitting the highest standards that we possibly can, but. It all goes to the physicians and the nursing staff and all the staff. They're just terrific. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Diane.
Well, people just don't realize what they've got here in Ocean County. We are very, very lucky. So keep up the good work.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you so much, Diane. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Have a great day. Wow, look at that, Mike. You're getting all kinds of positive feedback.
Yeah, no, again, we work on it, Jeremy, on a day-to-day basis. We're a great hospital, and there's a lot to offer here, but we're always trying to make ourselves better. And like I said, we just got such a dedicated group of physicians and staff, and they're the ones that make it all happen.
Right. And so talk for a second about the two really kind of flagship programs, which is the cancer program and the neuro program.
Sure, I'll start with the neuro program. We have the Grunin Neuroscience Institute, which was largely developed by the Grunin Foundation, so we're very, very appreciative of that. It's got a lot of components to it. As I said earlier, we have a very strong stroke program there. As I said, the Joint Commission said it was flawless when they were here a few months ago. We have a new neurosciences lab. Where we handle lots of different things in there in terms of correcting aneurysms and blood clots and those types of things. So that's a great program that we have there as well. One of the other things that we're real proud of as it relates to the Neuroscience Institute is the epilepsy program that we have here. We have Dr. Amor Mehta, who's our medical director of that program, and he's just a phenomenal physician. And, we can hear a lot of great stories. Just recently we had, a little girl here. She was about 5 years old, and she was actually having about 200 seizures per day. And she came to see us and saw Dr. Amor, and he was able to treat her. So now she's only down to about 5. So those are some of the great things that are going on in the Neuroscience Institute overall. The other big program that you mentioned is the SIDA Regional Cancer Center. Again, very, very robust program there. We're very fortunate there because we have such great technology in our Cancer Institute. We're one of the few hospitals in the state of New Jersey to have a CyberKnife, which is a very specific type of radiation oncology machine and procedure. We have a Da Vinci robot, which again very few community hospitals have to perform surgical procedures. The other thing that we have within the SIDA Regional Cancer Center is we have what's called the Inspiration Boutique, which again was funded by the Grunin Foundation, and that's a great program where we offer Reiki therapy, we offer free wigs, we have a resource room, we have education. So there's a lot of great things going on within our cancer center as well.
Great. And you know what, Mike? You've now set the world record here on Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin for phone calls. So is this Angela? Is that correct?
Hi, yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What can we do for you this morning?
Because I recently had a stay at Community Medical Center, and I just wanted to let Mike know and you and the community that it was outstanding at best. Had a life-changing event that took me through the ER into the neurology floor, and had wonderful care on 4A, which is an epileptic center. They did 3 days of a neurology test, EEG, and it was tremendous care. I don't know what other words to say.
Well, Angela, thank you so much. Mike, what do you think? Is that okay? Are you okay with that? I mean,
no, thank you, Angela. Again, really appreciate the comments. But again, it's all Dr. Mehta. He's the one that runs that epilepsy program. He's a fantastic physician. He's a great guy too, and the entire staff up there is just so dedicated to taking care of their patients, and not only from a clinical standpoint but from a personal standpoint. So we're really proud of that program. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, and you should be proud of it. Thanks. Have a good day.
Thanks so much, Angela. Have a great day.
Bye.
All right. Mike, I don't know. You got to be running out of family members to call in. I'm just playing with you. Where can folks, let's say folks wanted to learn more about Community Medical Center without having to go there, because let's be honest, we don't necessarily want to go to the hospital, right? But
Sure.
where could they learn more about some of the programs, some of the upcoming events, et cetera, et cetera?
Sure. You can go to the website, Jeremy, which is barnabashealth.org /community. Or if you want to call in, we have the 800 number. It's 888-724-7123.
That's awesome. Mike, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I am, we're very fortunate to have you running Community Medical Center, and you're doing a great job. I know that we have the most engaged physicians, the most engaged nurses, the most engaged team overall that we've had in quite some time, and it really came at a great time as the whole system has kind of changed, and it's all for the positive for Community Medical Center and for the folks here in Toms River and Ocean County.
Well, thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, we're real proud of what we've accomplished and what we have to look forward to with our new relationship with Robert Wood Johnson.
Awesome. Mike Mimoso, CEO, Community Medical Center, thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. We'll be right back after this.